Hey, how's it going? We're here to show you how we install a Y block rear main seal. So stay with us on this one. It's going to be a little bit of an explanation. It's not going to be real timely, but we'll go through it and see how we do. So the first thing we've done is make sure that all these areas, the sidewalls, the bottom, they have to be really clean. If you have to take a Q-tip and some brake clean, something like that, you got to do what you got to do, but you got to get these areas up the sidewalls, down at the base, oil free, because we're going to use RTV in our installation. So we've already obviously got the, well, it would be the upper half, engine's upside down, of the rear main seal in the block, and we've put just a little bit of stagger in it. And then we've already gone ahead and we've prepped with a Q-tip and some RTV, just kind of started stacking some in the corners. And what we're trying to basically go through with this is that because the Y block has the adapter, if they're going to leak, and I know a lot of people have had issues with them leaking, our belief is that it's the adapter that's leaking more than the seal. Want to do this, they want to blame the crank for run out, they want to do everything under the sun to try to come up with a reason why it leaks. And in our opinion, most of the time it's how the adapter is actually sealed to the block. So what we've done is we obviously put a little lube on the seal, but here, yeah, we've checked the bottom for flatness, make sure they have no burrs on the bottom. We've also put our seal in with a little bit of stagger. But these side seals right here, these are the ones that, you know, where we believe these things leak. If you're getting leaking issues, it's because you're dealing with side seal leakage. So what we've done is we've put a little bit of silicone in the base here before we've put the side seals in. And it's going to help it seal, and it also kind of helps hold it in there while you install it. And we've got them probably 80% of the way in there right now, so that we can kind of work it down, and then once they get down, we'll push them into place before we drive the pins. So here goes our install. We have our bolt washer. And now what we're going to do is we're going to snug it down. We're not going to probably get it 100% tight just yet. We're just going to snug it down. Okay. So now that we have this snugged down, we're going to go ahead and push these in as far as we can get them, and you'll start noticing silicone starting to ooze out the bottom. And then we're going to grab our pins. And the pins are supposed to go in between the aluminum and the rubber to force the side seal out toward the block. We did just a little bit more beveling on the pins to help them go in. They were pointed, but we just added a little bit more. And so you're going to gently pound these in. You know, don't want to go crazy and bend one of them like a nail or something like that, but pound them in, get them seated all the way down. And that's pretty close to what we do. We're going to snug them down all the way. So now that we have this installed, what we do with them is we let them set up overnight. We let this silicone cure, dry, whatever. We actually perform a leak check on them before we put the pan on. So according to the Ford manual, you're actually supposed to pour a little bit of oil around here, dump a little down in the hole. Most of the time we get them in one shot, but we can recall having engines where we've had to rip the seal holder back off and do it again. And it's one of those things where it's either right or it's not. If you take the time to check it and it's leaking, if it's leaking on the stand, I'll just about guarantee it's going to leak in the car. If you can get it to not leak here before you put your pan on, that's the best you can do. All right, it's the next morning, and we're here performing our test.